Okay, so I've already got the Teflon rings installed on all these drums here, and this input shaft here, and these are sizing. The stator support, an old stator support with chewed up splines, makes a really great sizing tool. You can see it's got tension, it won't fall out of there, so I know they're doing good. I've already put the bottom two rings on and they're sized up perfectly. I'm going to show you how I'm going to size the top ring. There's a couple ways of doing this. This one here is the easiest one to put on because I can just stretch it over there. Usually I use this tool, which is a Kentmore tool. I want to say it's for maybe a 4L80 or maybe a 1465 with this J387 35-1. It's not a perfect fit, but it will stretch them enough, and I'll work it down into the bottom groove. Once it's worked into the groove, I'll use this tool, which is conical. This one is a little bit tighter. This one is not as tight. It works, it makes it smaller, and this one goes the same dimension quicker. So they fit on there like so. You have to be careful when you put them on that you don't squeeze it like that and push it down and cut it. I've done that. It happens often. Another way to do it, and some of you guys will gasp, is to use a hose clamp. It does work. This was taught to me years ago when I was in the transmission shop. What you do want to do is you want to keep it out of the slots. You want to keep it down on the smooth side, and just right there really doesn't hurt it, believe it or not. These Teflon rings will want to go back to their original size after heat cycles. So what we're doing is we're stretching them to get them on, and we're shrinking them to make them fit inside this drum and that drum. And then once they heat cycle a bit, they're gonna tension themselves to the original diameter, and that's how they do their job. Okay, so let me put this on here and we'll start sizing it up. Okay, so it's on. I'm gonna rotate it. And you can see I don't have the, maybe I do. No, I don't. I don't have the white ring showing in the slots. If you look down on top of it, there's no ring hanging out anywhere. So that is a good initial. That's an initial size. So I'm gonna take it off. It's gonna slide right off. And then I'm gonna go with the bigger diameter and see if it fits it. It does. And I should be able to push this all the way down. All right, it's all the way down. Now I'm gonna take it off and pray I didn't cut anything. Okay, took it off, and I'm spinning the ring. It's not cut. Okay. Now, let's try it with the tightest one. Right on. Okay. So let's take that off. I need two hands. Here we go. Now I'm going to put the drum on it. A little bit of lube in the drum. You got to hold it as straight as possible. There you go. Look at that. Doesn't fall out. Got good tension. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put a little bit of lube in there. I'm going to take this drum. I'm going to stick it in there. Great. Okay, see, I can pick the whole thing up. It doesn't fall out, so I've got tension. So now we're going to take it all back apart and make sure that nothing's cut. Okay, everything's back apart. Nobody is cut on the forward drum. Nobody is cut on the center support. So now I will put it together a final time. And you can let this size up however long it's going to take. If I'm not going to get back to this transmission until tomorrow afternoon, it can stay together like that. And they're perfectly sizing. So that's how you do Teflon rings. It's well worth the aggravation over the stock style setup.